Said Boosie said, "This is my last time speaking on this. Do us a favor and bleach your skin all white. Thanks. Just do it.
Do us a favor, Boosie, and confess to some of them murders that you had Marlo Mike participate in and get some of his time cut. Give his family relief, Boosie. It's some murders you done got away with, Boosie, and people ought to be able to pin on you. It's some murders you done got away with. Don't forget that, Boosie. Kanye West ought to bleach his skin. Every goddamn rapper that done wrote a lyric talking about killing a nigga ought to bleach theirs too, nigga, and put a white hoodie on and call themselves the Ku Klux Klan. Cause nobody have promoted more black death and destructions than the hip hop rapper over the last 30 years. Ku Klux Klan minded motherfuckers is what I call it.
Kanye West has been waging a campaign of anti-Semitism that just inspired a hate group to use his words like a celebrity endorsement for anti-Semitism and hang hateful banners above LA's 405 freeway. So how should it be handled when hate breeds hate in this way? You know, because the first thing people will say to you, well, it's free speech. Well, just because you can say something doesn't mean you should. And you know, when they're coming after me, next day they're coming after you. And the day after that, they're coming after you. And then these people who think that they're in the clear, then somebody comes after you all. And then what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? How do we combat this?
Honestly, I'm so sick of Kanye West that part of me doesn't even want to speak about him because I think it feeds him and it gives him
But we are speaking,
oxygen.
so what do we do?
But we have to speak about it because I think it's that important to call out anti-Semitism. There's been a 34% increase in anti-Semitic crimes, and I can't believe that in 2022, in the United States of America, people have to be posting today, we stand with our Jewish friends and we are anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
Well, we do.
Yeah.
All of us here do, and I'm sick of Kanye West using the excuse or people excusing him because of mental illness. There's a lot of people with legitimate mental illness who are not bigots and are not racist and are not anti-Semites. And mental illness should not give you a shield, a pass for that kind of thing. I'm also sick of companies that because of the mighty dollar have looked the other way for years and years and years while he has been saying and doing hateful things. Because just ask his ex-wife about the hateful things. Or let's remember the things he said about the African-American community. And that's another thing. You know, yesterday my friend Don Lemon at CNN posted, you know, that in particular, a black man in this country should know what it's like to be prosecuted. And that goes for Latinos, and that goes for Asians, and that goes for whites, that goes for every American. We need to stand in solidarity with anti-Semitism. We need to stand in solidarity against anti-Semitism and in solidarity against discrimination and bigotry anytime it pops up its head. I'm through with him. He's got freedom of speech, I got freedom of spending my money and freedom of what I hear.
That's right.
Today, I just want to say, Kanye West said nothing wrong on Drink Champs. Now, if you're on social media and you're looking at Kanye West's most recent Drink Champs interview here in 2022, you're seeing people say, oh, why would Kanye West say this? I can't support Kanye West no more. Kanye West is not saying anything really out of the ordinary. There have been interviews where Kanye is obviously off the rail, like 2013, 2014, 15 era, where he's obviously like some medication that he's taking or he's just off the rail. But in this interview, there's not that. Kanye seems very coherent. He seems very here. So let me just play some of this video, then I'll...
If a black man can play basketball or rap, only he gets the record deal. So meaning like if one black man does something bad, all the other blacks get caught with him. If one black man does something good, nobody else gets nothing with him. It's a reverse for the Jewish people, right? If a Jewish person could repeatedly fucks me on a deal, it's just them. It's just the businessman. It's not the people. It's not nobody else. But if a Jewish person does good, all of their people eat with them. That's one of the flips. I gotta tell you something. Where is a black guy that has a Jewish person signed to him? Point it out. Tell me that. Where is
nowhere.
a black person that's signed to a Jewish person?
Everywhere.
All of them.
Okay, so the issue here obviously is Kanye West talking about Jewish people. So anytime in America and in the Western world, if you have any critique for Jewish people, if you have anything that's less than praiseworthy to say about Jewish people or about Israel, it's going to be labeled anti-Semitic. anti-Semitic, if you don't know what that means, is basically like racism, how we call it racism, but it's towards Semites, Jewish people, right? So that's a whole nother thing in and of itself. But there's a quote that goes, if you want to know who rules over you, just observe who you're not allowed to talk about. So everyone knows, bro, like, you can't, the Jewish people have a very strong lobby for their defense, like the ADL, which is the Anti-Defamation League, and other groups. Like, you can't really say anything that is not, that is critical of Jewish people, particularly the businessmen. So this is a two-part thing I'm going to say. Everyone knows, like, what Kanye West is saying is not like new or novel information. When you look at the major power players in the world, or at least in the Western world, a lot of them are Jewish. You know, people act like Jewish is a bad word. You look at the CEO of the NFL, of the NBA, of, you know, the sports leagues, these record companies, Warner, etc., etc. They're Jewish people, Jewish men. To point out an observation that, like, Jewish people hold extremely powerful positions in the world, that's not like anti-Semitic. That's not. It's just an observation, and it's a factual observation, right? So, but we know you're not allowed to say anything critical of Jewish people or of Israel in America, or they're going to get you out of here. Like, there was for example, there was a situation where Rihanna came on Twitter when she used to tweet with us. She said, "Free Palestine," right? Because I guess something on the Gaza Strip, or there was some new activity over there. She said, "Free Palestine," showing her support for Palestine, which some would take as anti-Israel. She had to come on the internet, back on the internet, that same Twitter she posted that, and apologize. She deleted the tweet, she issued an apology. That's just one example, bro. We know. And then look at Drink Champs. They took down their interview. That interview had 1 million views in just like 10, 11 hours. Their bet was going to be their best interview ever. But they took it down because they're getting heat for what Kanye West was saying. Kanye West said in this same interview, he doesn't have a problem with Jewish people. He doesn't, and I think this is another thing, right? So that's that, right? So obviously you can't say things about Jewish people in America in the Western world. We've seen where, you know, entertainers and people have had to come back and apologize for what they said, even if it wasn't critical, even if it was just Free Palestine, or even if it's just an observation about things. Jay-Z got heat for saying, you know how on 444 story of OJ, he said, "Do you want to know how Jewish people credit? Well, here's how you get it." Something like that. It wasn't even an insult, but it's like anything that can be taken as even slightly critical or questionable, you're going to get scrutinized for it, and you're going to have to repent for that. So, and this is, again, not new information. This goes back way in the 90s, 80s, like, bro, like, so I don't understand why people are acting like Kanye West said something that's like so outrageous, right?